Welcome to day 11. Tonight, you're probably going to look at holiday lights. It's a tradition, right? But I want you to think about this drive a little bit differently because this simple tradition, driving around looking at lights, builds language development, observation skills, and wonder. And today, I want to introduce you to the second pillar of the head coach thinking. It's called strategic resource allocation, and it's going to change how you think about your time and energy. Because here's the truth, you can't do everything. You have limited time, limited energy, and limited bandwidth. So you have to make strategic choices about where to invest those resources. Let me show you how holiday lights fit into that strategy. First, let me tell you what's actually happening in your child's brain when you look at holiday lights together. They're building descriptive language. Instead of just saying pretty, they're learning words like sparkly, twinkling, glowing, shimmering. They're developing comparative language. This house is brighter than that one. This display is bigger. That reindeer is taller. They're practicing observation skills, noticing details, patterns, and colors that other people might miss. They're building narrative skills. When you wonder aloud, I wonder who lives there, or I bet they worked a long time on that display, your child's brain is creating stories. They're using memory and prediction. Is the purple reindeer house going to be there again this year? Last year, it was right after the turn. For kids with ADHD, the novelty and movement keeps their attention engaged. They're not sitting still trying to focus. They're naturally engaged because everything is new and interesting. And for all kids, this is low pressure language building. There are no right answers, no worksheets to fill out, no testing happening, just conversation and wonder. Now, here's where strategic resource allocation comes in. You have limited time, limited energy, limited bandwidth, especially if you're working, managing a household, supporting kids with learning differences. Your resources are stretched thin. You can't do everything that every expert recommends. You just can't, and you shouldn't try. So, as the head coach, you have to make strategic decisions about where to invest your time and energy. The key question is, what activity gives you the biggest ripple effect? What creates the most return on your investment? Holiday lights, 20 minutes in the car, zero prep, zero cost beyond the gas, but massive language development that impacts reading comprehension, writing quality, descriptive vocabulary, and classroom participation. That's strategic resource allocation. You're not doing more, you're doing activities that create the biggest payoff for the smallest investment of time and energy. Compare that to 60 minutes fighting over homework that teaches nothing except learning is a battle and destroys your relationship with your child. Which one is the better use of your time and energy? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't do homework, but as the head coach, you're constantly asking things like, is this worth my resources? What am I actually building here? Is there a more strategic way to accomplish this goal? So let me show you exactly how to make this holiday lights drive strategically powerful. Play I Spy. This is simple, but it's language building gold. I spy something blue and glowing. Your child looks around. Is it that snowman? Is it the icicle lights? I spy a house with a reindeer on the roof. I spy something that twinkles. You're building observation skills and descriptive vocabulary without feeling like a lesson. Ask wondering questions. Model curiosity, wondering aloud. I wonder how long it took them to put up all those lights. I wonder if they do this every single year. I wonder how they got those lights all the way up on that tree. Your child might answer, They might add their own wondering question. Either way, you're teaching them that curiosity is valuable. Build descriptive language. When you see something that catches your eye, describe it specifically. Look at how that one twinkles. It's not a steady light, it blinks on and off. What other words could we use to describe that? This house is so bright. How would you describe the color? Is it yellow bright or white bright? Challenge older kids. Can you describe that display without telling me the color? What other details can you use? Make predictions. If you're doing this route every year, your child can build prediction skills. I wonder if that purple reindeer house will be decorated again this year. Last year, that house had a huge snowman. What do you think they'll have this year? Prediction is a critical reading comprehension skill. You're predicting naturally. Extend the learning at home. Now, this is optional. If your child is really excited about what they saw, you can extend it. Do you want to draw your favorite house that we saw? If you could design holiday lights for our house, what would you create? But this is optional. The drive itself is enough. Don't feel like you have to turn everything into a project. What this looks like at different ages. Ages 4 to 6, keep it simple. Point out your favorite. Count the lights together. Play easy I Spy. Ages 7 to 9, ask for descriptions. Can you tell me about that display without saying the color? Compare houses. Which one do you like better and why? Ages 10 plus, give them a photography challenge if they have a device. Take a picture of your 3 favorites and tell me why you chose those. Estimate. How many lights do you think are on that house? Discuss design. What makes a good holiday display? The key to strategic resource allocation. Notice what you're not doing here. You're not buying materials, planning an elaborate activity, following a complicated lesson plan, spending money, adding stress to your life. You're taking something you're already going to do, driving around to see the lights, and adding strategic language building into it. That's a 20-minute investment that creates lasting language development. That's what strategic resource allocation means. Over my 25 years of teaching, I've noticed a pattern. Students whose families did conversational activities like the holiday lights tradition had significantly stronger descriptive language skills. They could write vivid details. They could paint pictures with words in ways that other kids couldn't. And it wasn't because their parents bought expensive educational programs or hired tutors. It was because they talked. They noticed things together. They described their world to each other. I had one student who used the word cascading in her writing, describing a waterfall. I asked her where she learned that word, and she said, "We saw Christmas lights that were cascading down the tree last year." That observation stuck with her. That word became a part of her vocabulary. That's the ripple effect of strategic activities. Go to see some holiday lights. Play I Spy. Wonder aloud. Build language naturally. You can get the complete 12-day series with conversation starters for building vocabulary, I Spy variations by age, and ideas for extending learning when you get home. All optional, all low pressure. Link is in the description below. Strategic resource allocation means investing your limited time and energy in activities that create compound return. You're not doing more, you're doing smarter. Inside the Family Learning Adventures membership, every theme is designed this way: maximum impact, minimum stress. Strategic choices instead of overwhelming to-do lists. Tomorrow's our final day, day 12. We're going to talk about making family recipe books. And I'm going to pull together all 3 pillars of head coach thinking and show you how it all works together. Plus, I'll tell you about the founding member enrollment for the Family Learning Adventures membership that opens in November 2025. but it's a limited time offer. The founding member benefits go away in January 2026. There's a link in the description if you want to find out more. See you tomorrow for our final day.